Good morning, Sam.
Good evening, Mallory.
Welcome back to Nobody Leaves, a podcast that we're eternally trapped in and we can't get out of it unless we unplug the big plug that my dad's keeping in his back secret room. We're going to be talking about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, the YouTube series, later in this video. But first, Sam, it's time to go crazy and wild about all the stuff that we've been watching and reading and looking at and consuming
No
this
more
week.
songs. No more. I am a
There will be
shovel. I help
many
you
more
dig a hole.
songs.
I'm
a
microphone.
file and you put documents in me.
Yes, good times.
Yes.
We enter the
we-
weird world of Mallory's brain once again.
Yes. But yeah, speaking of creepy little YouTube videos that I get very obsessed over and fixated on,
Were we speaking
Big-
about that?
we're because there's big reverberations going around on the spheres. You know, the Tumblr's awake. Tumblr update. YouTube, it's rippling from the shock of the after effects. I know you've heard of this. The Amazing Digital Circus episode 6 dropped this week that we're recording.
I have seen some rumblings.
Ooh,
and
mama.
I'm waiting. One day you're going to make me watch it.
Yeah, I'm having watched this episode. Like, this was like we're finally getting some turns and some like we're getting some second act kind of character reveals. Like some musks are slipping. And I feel glad that I waited to pitch the whole series rather than like doing like half and half or something like that. Like I think that we got to see the finale before we discuss this in full. But it's coming because it's crazy and I'm crazy about it.
That's been going for like a year and a half or so, right? Like, didn't they? They got like a streaming deal, but they're still on YouTube. Like, that's the whole like bit about it.
Yeah, it's got to have been at least a year by now. Over a year since like the initial pilot. But yeah, they're releasing on both Netflix and YouTube now, as far as I'm aware, which is interesting for Netflix to like host a series that is available for free on YouTube.
Well, that tells me all I need to know about the creators, right? Like, they're trying to like preserve the original thing where like it exploded, and like they want to like be an internet show first, which to me implies like a focus that I can appreciate.
It's very interesting. I'm kind of curious to watch the because the channel, or I guess like production company Glitch, I guess they're like an animation studio that's like producing these shows. Like this is not their first or only like ongoing show. It's easily their most successful. But yeah, I think the other ones just have kind of unattractive titles to me. Like it's like Murder Drones. I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, man. Like, but I
You don't
feel
want to
like
watch
I should
Hair
check them
Pie?
out.
You don't want to watch
Ooh.
Pillowcase
Yeah,
Massacre?
I feel like I should.
Like, what's wrong?
I should see what's going on, you know, because like just to at least get a feel of like what it is that they're producing. But yeah, Digital Circus hits, it's delivering. I'm like, you know, because like series, like a lot of pilots like set up like a tall order, and you're like, are they really gonna pay this bill? Like, are they really gonna explore all these concepts? Are these characters really gonna like have the depth? And like, it's going there. It's good. It's good. I'm very unhinged about this series right now, Sam.
I don't know anything about it. I just know what that little gesture character looks like, and that's like all I've seen. Jax, right?
Jax, yeah, Twink
Wow.
Bunny.
I know two things.
There's a lot of stuff going on with him. The Jax fans are eating every week. It's like creating a whole new generation of I can fix him girls. Like, it's like, this is funny. Like, he's gonna be like the root cause of like so many like just awful abusive things that happen in the best way
OCs.
possible.
The fanfics, the wave.
Yes. Absolutely. I am partial to one Ragatha, who is just me. They put me in the Digital Circus. She's really good.
I see.
She's just a Raggedy Ann doll, and she's very like I don't even. I feel like you'll just watch. Could you describe this character based on me saying, "Oh, she's just me"? Like, could you?
Yes.
Like,
so
what?
this character is very dedicated to a single bit and is sassy and maybe a little mean
Ooh.
and
Okay.
uh,
No, actually.
zany. Zany is always important with a Mallory character. Like a little wacky, a little zany, a pinch of insanity, maybe.
That's maybe there's another character I've been relating really hard to that is maybe more descriptive of that, but she's more in the category of like, oh, I just have to fix everything and help everyone
I
and just
see.
keep and a winning smile and I just keep going and oh, I was abused. Don't worry about that. Let's just keep going for that kind of. I think what you described is probably more Jax, which I love Jax, and in any other show he would probably be my favorite. But
Well, to
Ragatha
me, it's
Baby
like
all the way.
Queen, right? Like Queen coded.
Yes, totally. Yeah, I mean, I guess Queen would be like analogous. There's Kane. We got like the supercomputer guy who's like the big host man. He's got he's got the same suit as Tenna from Deltarune going on. Like
Is it too far to say that I'm getting a lot of Undertale vibes from this guy who's only played Undertale? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of
this
Sans
is the
Undertale
same
vibes.
This is the exact same culture. Like these these are all cut from the same cloth. Like just this Tumblr culture that I hope lives on forever. I'm so happy that stuff like this is getting made like when I'm an adult and it's not just like a relic of its time. Like it's just people are like, no, we need more evil twinks. We need more like crazy kooky game masters. Like, yeah, it's good. It's a good show. I like it.
I see. I was I was playing D&D yesterday, and I somehow unintentionally, like, we were in a crowd of people. Like, we were in a boat that's crashing with a bunch of like guests and crew, and we were trying to like mutiny the crew, and I had to roll to ask like how burly the remaining non-crew were. And by the end, as D&D often goes, by the end of the session, I essentially have 8 himbo bodybuilder like helpers, and there was a lot of comments of like I can't see past the muscles, and I'm getting like sunscreen and tanning oil in my eyes. It went in a lot of interesting places. I play a rabbit in this campaign,
amazing.
and so I am tiny.
Wow. You're like Jax.
There you go. I am like Jax. I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to commit to it. Jax is my entire personality in real life, and you should all think that about me.
It means a lot of people are going to make a lot of write-ups about how you're toxic, but a lot more people are going to really just throw themselves at your feet. And
I will take that trade. I accept.
the gamble. Yeah, I want to play this back to you whenever we actually watch the Digital Circus and see.
Nope, I'm just saying it and forgetting it, and I'll never think about it again. It'll be great.
Just moving on. Before I go to the other thing that I've been obsessed with, have you been watching or reading anything this week? And I'm fired up this week.
I can tell you brought a lot of topics to the table. So yesterday, it was very weekend heavy in terms of creativity. It was doing my homework for this, obviously. Wanted to have Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fresh. Maybe that's why the wacky energy this week is it's building up. I want to break out into song. I want to like crash out and have a horrible demented like insane nightmare. But beyond that, I watched Highest to Lowest yesterday, which is the new Spike Lee movie. Do you know who Spike Lee is?
Yes, I know who Spike Lee is. I'm just
an
checking. Idiot. Yeah, no, it's fair to check. I would not put it past me to not know who he is, but no, I think I've only seen Black Klansman, which is probably showing how white I am and how.
No, that's the same for me. I've only seen Black Klansman and like bits and pieces of Do the Right Thing, right? So I'm by no means an expert.
Yes.
Which makes me, I'm a little scared, but Highest to Lowest, when it's like you really want the movie to be good and you expect it to be good and everyone attached to it's really good and you're like, Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, it's a remake of an Akira Kurosawa movie. Like, this is probably going to be cooking, right? It's in New York. He plays a music producer. Like, this is going to be fun.
Right.
And it really just wasn't that fun. And I was like, okay, well, there are moments in this movie, right? So the movie it's a remake of High to Low, which is a Akira Kurosawa movie. And it basically takes the basic premise of a guy is like preparing to try to avoid selling his company. And so he's like trying to get all of his finances together. And it's really important that he like is in a good financial position. And then his son gets kidnapped. But actually, the kidnapper's an idiot. And instead of his son getting kidnapped, it's his son's best friend, who's his driver's son. So then it's like, at first it's like more morally, it's like, okay, well, obviously I'm going to have to pay this ransom for my son and, you know, my business plans be damned. But when it's like, oh, it's actually my driver's son, and it becomes a little bit of like a kitchen sink drama of like, how much do you care about this person who works for you and their family who you've like been friendly with and have been like lifting up, but are you lifting them up enough, or are you only like how generous are you going to be? Yes. Yeah, now all that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a cool premise. What if we spent
I'm on
like
board.
55 minutes like dicking around with really like generic shitty like FBI agents, and we restate the premise like 10 times, and we play this really awkward like orchestra music that sounds kind of like an elevator jingle, and we just do that for like a long time. But then the movie gets exciting and fun and like really interesting, but then it kind of like gets back into the melodramatic, like whatever, but then has a really cool ending. But then that ending gets kind of like tweaked in a way that I didn't really like, and that's highest to lowest. So I'm very, very mixed on it, unfortunately, and I was really looking forward to this movie.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. It's hard to say because like I haven't seen, like we both just made clear that we have not seen enough of Spike Lee's like filmography to like have like the most perspective on like everything. But yeah, like I can see how, especially I feel like it's common for directors in his position where they're super talented, but also like for whatever reason, like kind of on the fringes of this, that, or the other, you know, like I am familiar with like his history of being kind of like excluded, but also like, you know, he's still like widely known and like can like work with like Denzel Washington and like all these people or whatever because he's respected. But like there's the freedom for better or worse, I guess sometimes.
It also kind of has a little bit of the like, is the old master losing his step, you know? It's not as propulsive or exciting. Like, it is like a slow story, but not in like a slow burn, like tension boiling up to like or tension rising to a boiling pitch kind of way. It's just slow, and it has its creative like flares here and there. There's some really amazing like look sequences. In particular, there's like when there is like a money handoff with a kidnapper, there's this very long sequence where they're jumping from train to train in New York, and it's also like the Puerto Rican Day Fair at the same time, and so they're playing some very propulsive music, and you're like jumping from train to train. There's a bunch of obnoxious Yankee fans who are just like running around talking mad shit about Boston, and like it's what Spike Lee's great at, right? It's like cultures clashing in this really entertaining and like very funny but also kind of tense way. But the movie did not have nearly enough of that, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Dang.
And obviously, this is the place people come for like the definitive opinions on Spike Lee, like you and I.
Well, if you guys have any really amazing Spike Lee movies that are Black Klansmen, send them our way.
Yeah, he did a couple that I know people like.
leave our white asses a comment. But no, I mean, it makes sense. Like
my favorite
I can
character
very much
was Adam Driver. I thought he just did a really good job.
I really related to him for some reason. Yeah, no, that sounds dope though. Well, that's Sam's movie corner out the way. Can we talk about freaking Dandadan already?
Dun 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 dun
We're
dun
talking
dun
about
dun 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 dun.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I mean, we got to save some of our juice for the season 2 recap. But obviously, I think you said you haven't watched the season 2 anime because you're a manga reader.
It's not because I'm a manga reader. It's because I went to the movie. Like they released the first 3 episodes in theaters, right? And I did that. I did that for the first season as well. And so for a while, I was ahead. And then 6 weeks happened, and now I'm behind. And I was like, oh yeah, I should probably. Oh, they're doing this bit now. Okay, well they're getting there. I should really jump back in. I do know what happens. I have seen clips. It seems like Science Saru's doing a good job, but I want to hear your reaction a little bit. I mean, obviously, it will be a full episode on this podcast, but I know that like some stuff's happening. I know that some rock concerts or heavy metal concerts have occurred, and I am curious how you took to that, because it's a great moment in the manga.
Yeah, I mean, they really have sold some amazing just like stuff. Like it is truly one of those like series where you can be like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and like just kind of rattle off all these like crazy random things, and it delivers on that like absurdity aspect, or like as you described it, or as like I think you were quoting the creator of like he just made something like he just wanted to put everything that he liked into a series, you know,
and he did.
Like it definitely has that hodgepodge feel. So yeah, like the rock concert was awesome. The alien becoming a farmer was really cool. There was, what was the thing that I really liked?
I keep dancing around it. Has the alien farmer, like, do you know his name?
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's just little small.
It's Mr. Peeny Weenie. That's his.
Yeah.
And they like he tells them that, and they go, "Okay, we're gonna keep calling you like Crab Man or whatever they call him."
Yeah, Mr. Mantis or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we got that. We got Little Baby, but and we got some crazy romance. We got some hands doing some stuff, and you know I'm like on the edge of my seat. But Sam,
when I saw the opening for this season, and like it's all the different like Okarun looking at Momo through the glasses, and I knew that like the final one they show is the hand holding in the car. I was just, my little heart grew 3 sizes too big. I was like, oh, squee, they're so cute. They're so cute together. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
So good. No, but yeah, no, to say all of that, all these amazing things, maids, of course, you know that I'm crazy about it. Topping them all off is one Mr. Gigi. Oh, baby, I love this guy so much. He is my guy. And when you're describing all that stuff of like Mal's favorite character that's right after Avenue, I was like, yeah, we're nailing Gigi a little bit more to the wall.
Eccentric, wacky, but a little sad. I feel like that's the chemical X that I left out.
He's got layers. He's
got
deep.
layers.
Man, I'm so crazy about him. I kind of saw like what they were setting up at the end of like season 1, but we had like so little to work with for me to really like be assured that like, oh, that is what they're doing with this character. And now that we've like gotten, you know, at least our first kind of initial mini, like if I feel like we're over the hump a little bit with his kind of introduction.
You've seen what happens to like his parents, and like you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get where he's at right now, like where we're finding Gigi.
Totally, yeah, and the whole thing with like the spirit, and he's decided to keep it. Man, this guy is crazy. I love him so much. They put me in Dandadan. They put me in this show.
What if a lovable himbo also had like a nuclear weapon that like wants to come out of him? You know, it's great.
Aww. Yeah, he's an angel. I love him. He's a really good character. and all the characters are good, and it's a good series, and I like watching it. That's
And
my
it
review
looks
of
pretty,
Don.
and the music's good.
Yeah,
And Sam was
yeah,
so ahead of the curve on recommending it. And yeah, no, all those things that you were
yeah.
saying, I agree.
Should I read the manga? That's been
Yeah,
my biggest debate. I should.
yeah,
I will.
you should.
Because it's real hard to like. Everyone knows all this stuff that's happening, but at the same time, I am really enjoying like it in this format. Like getting things
Here's my
presented to me in this
worry,
way.
right?
Yeah.
The scale of Dawn to Dawn, like from season 2 on, from where I think season 2 is going to end onward, is it's only going to get wackier and crazier and harder to animate. And I don't know anything, but I can really see it being well, we made the first 2 seasons, now we're gonna make a movie, and it's gonna take twice as long, and it's gonna cover half as much. I can really see that that card being played, because things are gonna get a little nuts in the next couple of arcs.
Yeah.
But
It's a
we
little
will see.
unfortunate. Yeah, but no, I think I'm reaching like my limits of like how long I can wait for
The read ahead urge.
like yeah, just to know what happens in this freaking story, like I'll see. I try to avoid spoilers, but you see glimpses of characters and you're like, what's going on there? What's that one about? Like you gotta find it all out. So I mean, I think that I'm definitely tipping over to the dark side, but I'm gonna hold back at least until the rest of the series is out because I want to enjoy it as presented.
Yeah, I'd wait. I would not
through
start
season
until
2.
after season 2 ends. But
Yeah.
if you do this, I would also recommend reading from the beginning, just because I would say the anime is like really comprehensive. Like there's not like content cut out of it, but I think that like the anime frames some stuff better and the manga frames some stuff better. Like there's
Right.
the thing about manga is like the emphasis and what is the like what jumps out to you is kind of up to you. Like it's a very like it's an interactive medium kind of just based on like how you control the pace, and you can like sit on a page and think about it for as long as you want. And there are moments that like happen so quickly in some of the action animation and some of the like even some of the emotional bits where I'm like, oh, I would have lingered on that because it's one of my favorite panels or it's one of my favorite moments. But the anime does a great job of like making different things stand out, and like I don't have any complaints with the adaptation. I just think that like the manga's really good.
Totally. Yeah, no, I definitely would be reading it from the beginning so I can just like even getting like the tone and the writing and everything. I'm sure there's like subtle shifts and everything that I would want to pick up, but I'm ready to sink my teeth into more because I gotta know what happens to my favorite little rich boy.
Don't eat Don, your teeth will turn gray. Now we're being creative.
You're getting really good
hijacking
at the transitions. Should we have a referendum? Should we have an official referendum where you just get to do the transitions now and I just forfeit my role because you're just like doing them well.
Now we're being creative again. Yeah, listen, I can't help it. I see an opportunity. I'm like a dog chasing cars. I see a gray teeth reference and I'm like, I'm in. Like we're gonna connect the red string between Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episode 5 and Dawn to Dawn. Like I'm gonna do it somehow. I've got to do it.
You're one of those comedians. You're able to notice a good opportunity for a joke rather than bring everything to a halt and
doing
say
my crowd
something
work.
like,
I need to.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I need my Am I doing it right? Am I sitting correctly now? Are we?
Can we do,
So what do you do for work? You yeah. Where's the?
Tell me more about that.
So you like this web series, huh? You That's neat. Love you, Jean-Marco.
Love you,
Person I've never
Jean-Marco.
met.
Shout out to John Marco. Um,
And we have finished the chicken picnic.
So Sam, this week I made you watch "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared," the original 6-episode YouTube series that was extremely popular, a viral hit, if you will, back in the 2010s. Finished up in 2016 after a Kickstarter campaign. What did you think of one of my favorite things on the internet?
I hated it. No, so
no.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, right? It's crazy how much I remembered from what I had seen as like, it's been a minute. Like, this is like right out of high school, maybe like senior year of high school. Like, I remember the Be Creative song, and I remember the puppet style. I actually remembered it being a lot darker and creepier than it ended up being. Like, I was kind of nervous because I was watching it late at night. I will say I was like 1 or 2 episodes from finishing this first 6-episode run, the web series content, and Penny the cat, friend of the show, constant audience member, got into my bathroom trash, and I had my headphones on, so I couldn't tell what it was at first, and I just started hearing like a bunch of rustling, and it was really dark, and I was watching this clock sing about the fact that there is no future and there is no time, and I'm like, I'm getting a little creeped out right now. There's someone in my room, and then it was the cat.
Yeah, and that's why you don't have pets, folks, because that would ruin me.
Indeed, you would never be able to look at the cat the same way again.
Yeah, no, I agree though about what you were saying about like the horror not necessarily being as creepy as you remember. Like, I think that especially
just another 9 years
me,
on the internet, you know.
I mean, I think there's also like there's a common point of contention with me of like that I am not really about horror stuff, and especially like gross out stuff, and this definitely fits both of those categories. But like something about it, I think like either that I watched it at such a young age that I just like I know everything that happens and I'm fully desensitized to it, or something about the puppets. I think that like something that people say about a lot of gore is that like I've heard from people who like enjoy like kind of slasher movies is like they just see ketchup, like they just see like fake blood, like they're not like
it's cornstarch
traumatized or
and
terrified
red
at
dye
all.
or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and like I see blood and I see real person dying on camera, and it creeps me out. I don't have that like sense of like, oh, this is like fake and bad or whatever. But I think Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, by having it in this like surreal, weird, fantasy felt world where you never see human flesh at all, helps me be like, okay, oh, that's just like a pack of meat with like, you know, kind of red juice or whatever that you buy at the store.
I'm at one point I'm creeped out, but I'm also like, wow, the artistry is like, man, they made that physical prop, and it's really cool.
Yeah, like I definitely am still squinting a little. I actually went to check. The only one that I have to look away at is like episode 5. I don't like when they're the cannibalism part. That's
with the
that's
bird
a
on
little
the
much
table.
for me.
I like it though because bird goes like there's just a funny noise to like help you push through.
The bird's voice and noises. Okay, we're good to start there. In terms of like Sam was saying before we booted up the podcast, he was like, I feel like this is just in expanding our like shared like vocal tics and like things that we can say. There's so many just pesky bee. Like it's just so every line of dialogue he has hits so hard. It's so good. It's such a like stock characters like bird with a weird whiny voice.
Every time he just goes like,
they do.
What? Like when they're just confused, I'm just like, yeah,
time.
That's good stuff.
It's really, yeah, no, definitely. There's some good sounds. There's some really good too. There's good series, man.
Good series,
What did you think? Tell me what jumps out at you.
I can feel your passion for this series in a way that makes me like smile. Like I feel like all we do in this podcast is one of us takes the role of the like ha ha sicko comic, like the guy at the window, and I could feel me looking at you, looking out the window, going, "Ha ha, sicko!" Like that's how I feel watching it. I don't quite remember where I stopped when this was the original viral sensation, right? Like I remember the first episode
Right.
coming out, and
I think everyone
all of us
watched,
watching
like,
it in high school,
yeah.
you know, like being like, wow, this is really creative and fun and weird and creepy and all the things. And I think I remember I may have watched up to like episode 3, probably. And then I kind of fell away from it, and I didn't realize that like it got a Kickstarter and it like became, I really didn't know it became a TV show. That's crazy. I was reading about it, and it's like, and the TV show was delayed for the death of Queen Elizabeth. And I'm like, the TV show came out only like a year and a half ago, or like a couple years ago. I didn't realize.
Yeah. No, it's kind of insane to like track this career, because like the original came out in I want to say it was like 2011, which
Really?
is like, you know, forever ago. Yeah.
I did not
and
know
then
that either.
the second one came out like 3 years later, so like 2014, and then they did a Kickstarter, which was the remaining 4 episodes. So like, but even the second one was like commissioned by Channel 4, which is like part of the BBC. Like that's where they aired the like eventual TV show as well.
Right.
So it got like all this attention and all this stuff, but it's like this is basically like these people's careers is like making Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and yet it's not like this constant like it's interesting. It's not taking up like so much of the zeitgeist necessarily. It has its dedicated fans, and like it certainly like, you know, gets people talking or whatever. But I know it's crazy that they've just made all this stuff. They had like a pilot that they did at Sundance that is like completely separate from the whole like TV series. It might not have been at Sundance, but I feel like it was at
a
some
film
sort
festival
of
of some kind. Yeah, I gotcha.
They're all Sundance to me. But
Well, there's Telluride, there's Toronto, there's Montreal, there's South by Southwest.
it's on a projector that someone filmed and uploaded like little things that I definitely didn't
Cannes,
illegally
there's
watch.
Venice. Oh, you watched the bootleg?
Maybe, but listen,
I'll never tell.
But yeah, like I honestly, I think watching the TV series, I was like, you know, wild about how good it was, which made me, of course, want to revisit like the original things. And I want to talk about the TV series eventually, but I felt like talking just about the original 6, because like I think that's the thing. It's like in like middle school or high school or whatever, when the first one came out, it was like this, everyone would be like, look how creepy this video is, and like show it to each other, you know? And then like, I don't think I ever talked to anyone about the rest of it, you know? But I was like there, you know, like waiting for like,
It was
the
something that like we
releases
would
of, like,
put on
each
in a group,
episode.
like we're watching weird, messed up things on the internet, and like someone puts
Yeah.
on, and even like comedy videos too, like someone puts on like Muffin Time, like it has the same vibe to me of like silly
Yeah.
song and like dramatic violence, and then back to silly song. And this is the same way, where it's like, oh, I got a video to show you, and like, and someone hasn't seen it, and they're getting everyone's reactions is very fun.
yeah.
But yeah, thinking
But
of
I
it as
think,
like a
like-
collective like art project that spans a decade, it's a little interesting. But seemingly keeps the quality. Like I haven't seen I purposely didn't watch the TV
Yeah.
show because you told me not to. But like, it seems like it just keeps going.
No, truly, it's like I think the other thing is like those back half of episodes, I think, lose that quality a little bit because they start to become like serialized in this way. Like there's this progression of like characters leaving one by one until the finale, and I feel like you couldn't really just show episode 6 to someone without them being like, what is going on? I mean, I'm curious. I kind of wish I had done that. Maybe I'll try that on someone to see what they think.
No, episode 6 in
cohesive
particular,
at all or seems stupid, but
it's probably
Yeah.
my least favorite of the 6, just because it's interesting in the meta way, and it's like a fun thing to like write comments about or craft theories, but it's not as like brimming with personality and creativity, right? Like it's just like it's doing the meta thing, but I don't think it hits that button
Yeah.
too much. But the fact that it's so short, it's like, oh well, 20% of this is in jokes at this point.
Yeah, I think it kind of hits this point where I feel similarly about, like, I think episodes 5 and 6 particularly, like, the continuity thing is kind of like, I feel definitely more negative about it now than I did, like, probably back in the day. I was a little bit more like, ooh, like, I'm like reading theories and trying to figure out like what's going on, like, why is it June 19th and like and whose is that and all this stuff. But
Right.
It's like, looking at it now, I'm like, I love Don't Hug Me When I'm Scared as a art project and as like satire and like, just this strange, creative, unique thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so crazy about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared as, where are they trapped on a TV set? Or are they like
as a meta commentary about
like,
this and that? Like, well, I like the
yeah.
meta commentary when it's just like,
or like
aren't
lore,
kids shows a little
I guess.
weird and creepy and like, isn't it weird how like you can make a catchy song and like convince people of anything? Like, this isn't my favorite episode by any means, but the love episode is like a good synthesis of the entire bit, right? It's like happy, fun, bright colors, creative, dopey person like taken for a ride, and then it ends in a cult where you feed a giant obelisk gravel. Like that's it. That's the bit. But it's a good bit,
right?
And I really like it in those first 3 or so with creativity, time, and computer, right? I may have the
Computer's
order a
the
little
fourth
wrong.
one.
Computer's the fourth one.
And then love, the one you're talking
Love
about
is
with
3.
the cult is the third one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think I also think those first 4 are like the stronger ones. I still like like, I think that like 5 and 6 are at their strongest when they're still kind of doing that. So like, I think that 5, like the food stuff, there is some stuff. Watching it now, I'm like, I kind of like the food side of the commentary, but they're also kind of doing this commentary about like, it's kind of about like, there are good people and there are bad people, and we keep the bad people out of our lives. Like, that's kind of what they're really saying through food. Like, it's less about food than like the others are maybe like actually kind of about love and the internet and time and stuff like that.
Right, but it's also like it's a gradual breaking down, right? Like the characters are pointing out more and more often that they don't want any more songs, and that they're aware of the fact that the songs are creepy and weird and strange, and that is interesting on a first like run through. But I also I like the catchy songs, and I like the self-contained nature of the first 4.
Totally. And I think I realized like I like the characters a little bit more when they are going through with it to an extent, because you can have those like
somewhat.
Yeah, like I think the computer one still works even though the red guy leaves at the end, but like that is one where like they're all going along and they're like, oh wow, look at the internet or whatever, and he's just being like,
I'm dancing.
So yeah, what can we do? Like, just like he's going along with it, but he's able to have these like kind of cutting, like just disinterested, like, that sounds really boring. Like that kind of, I don't know. It just like, I feel like it works a little better than just like, let me out now. I'm kind of, it's not bad. It's just like, it's not like.
No, it's not bad, but we've chosen to talk about like 6 4 to 5 minute shorts for an hour, so like these are the things that I think work a little less well. But across the board, all 6 episodes, like the props, the sets, every time they use like a new set for like one gag, I'm like, wow, they spent a lot of money on this. Especially like in those
for real
back half Kickstarter episodes, it's like, wow, that looks really difficult to make.
Yeah, the little like animation segments, like there'll just be so many, like there's like this it's like we go back in time, is like there's cobblers and dust, and it's like this whole little like animation bit, and then
when they're
like,
walking through, it looks like a BBC like kids program where they're like walking on the weird bridge to nowhere, and there's just like floating graphics, and it definitely scratches that itch. Like it's One Piece, Bill Nye the Science Guy, or like Zaboomafoo. Like it's just all these weird, the weird old graphics of like a 90s like kids program, like a Reading Rainbow, or like you remember when Arthur would like go live action for bits, but it'd have like cartoon characters drawn on that? Like these are things I haven't thought about since I was like 3 years old. But like, yeah, that it all kind of comes bubbling up to the surface.
Yeah. See, I'm all about just like these creepy old British, like Rosie and Jim.
Thomas the Tank Engine, I'm sure, has a lot.
Thomas the Tank Engine. I was talking about like Harry or Henry the Tugboat, like that kind of stuff. Like these weird kind of like animation styles, and like these shows that are like cut weird and they like linger awkwardly on stuff when you rewatch them, and like
right.
just really captures that feeling. But like,
because they were probably made for like 2 pennies rubbed together, but also had like a bunch of resources and crew. Like,
yeah, no, totally. It's really cool, and I think like beyond even just like the budget, it's like they're using it in a way where it's like the craftsmanship, like the sets that they're decorating. There's something like so satisfying about looking at a set where everything is made out of felt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you're just looking at the slightly misshapen knives and like the like I it always sticks with me it's like one of the opening shots of the first short, like the creativity one, and there's like a newspaper that says like the right wing, and it's like stocks are up or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's black lines stitched onto like this like gray square.
Oh, I didn't
paper.
pick up on that. Like
felt,
they sewed
you know?
in like pipe cleaner to be like the text on the
basically,
on the newspaper.
Yeah, and it's all a really satisfying cartoony like proportion to everything. Like it's like how you would draw that, but it's like someone went to the effort to like make this like physical object. Like I don't know, it's just and you never see that again. That is not a reused prop. And you're just like, oh man, it's so satisfying.
Well, and so much of it becomes like it becomes intricate while still maintaining that like felt like kids playhouse feel. Like the food episode, they have like the different models of humans. Like one of them's a house, but like it'll have a crank and it will like move like weird bits of like string and felt and streamers and stuff like that through it. And I'm like, man, that was probably a bitch to pull off. Like that's probably like take 30 of like, we gotta pick all the crap out again because it gunked up again right before we need our 10 seconds and we only got 5. Like
the poor soul who's like trapped in that huge meat costume, like accidentally bumped into it and knocked it over probably. Like
I saw a handful of behind the scenes photos and it just looks really like it looks like it's probably a really fun set to be on.
Yeah, but also nightmarish. Like, isn't it so unsettling to see
it's in a giant dark room, and then just like this set is like really brightly lit, and you just see people like laying on their backs, like moving the puppets, and just being like, "That's show business."
It's crazy. Have you seen? I regret like not throwing this onto the pile with the recommendation, but have you seen Something Bad Might Happen, I think is what it's called, like the original
short?
There's one more. It's I guess not original, it's just like another project that Becky Sloan, like I guess half of the team. I feel like she's usually credited as like the main creator, but she's most responsible for like the puppet side of things.
Got it.
And then there's Joe something. The website is called Becky and Joe. I remember Becky Sloan and Joe something, but Joe is the like animator side of things. Like it was like their collaboration originally. But yeah, there's
Joseph
this other
Pelling?
Project. Thank you so much, Joseph Pelling. Oh, excellent work.
I had Wikipedia open. I'm so smart.
There's this like short she made, like Something Bad Could Happen, where it's like similarly like these like huge giant size like puppet size things or whatever. But like that one kind of breaks the fourth wall in a way where it's like it shows you like the faces of the humans that are like operating a lot of this stuff, but they'll be like painted the color of like if they're inside of a giant like.
I think I have seen this, but like a decade ago, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, just to say about it, like the point to make about it is it kind of breaks that fourth wall, so you can see people operating and like you can see like it starts with like someone in a huge pencil suit, and their hands, they're wearing black gloves, and they're peeling off meticulously this like white kind of string or tape or something so that it will spell out like the words that have been pre-written across the thing in black. And it's just like, man, it's when you see people put a lot of effort into stuff, it looks really good.
Yeah,
I
but
think
what
that's
if?
like the
But
main
Mallory,
takeaway.
I could just type this into a text bar and like generate it. I don't understand. Like, creativity is stupid. I can make
Yeah.
this just as good with ChatGPT.
That is a good point, actually.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. We should probably start making our podcast with ChatGPT.
Yeah. But that's like when people talk about like, oh, like I want real effects, I don't want computer graphics or whatever. It's like, like obviously that it's easy to be like, oh, you're like a nerd or whatever. And some of those people
I am a
are,
nerd or
and some of
whatever,
them are
yeah.
maybe a little bit more. Some people maybe were a little bit too rigid and like not accepting of like mixed media type of stuff. But like, I'm one of those losers that likes those like practical effects because you just feel it, like the effort and the passion and the amount of detail that like you're gonna put an amount of detail into like a real life set that like just doesn't go into like things can just like slide by if you're just going for quick and cheap, basically.
Well, and like doing it quote unquote the right way or like the physical way or whatever, like you learn, I feel like, so much more, and you have more control over your set where like everything's physical. You're not just doing it with the computer, so you can like you can on the day pick something up and be like, well, what if we had it over here, and wouldn't this be a little bit more funny, and like what if we had this fall down, and like it's little things, but you can feel it in the production, and you can feel like the passion. There's a shot
in
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead. There's a shot in the episode 3 where they have the chicken picnic where they they have these like baskets of raw chicken.
Yes.
And like there's this shot where there's like you can just see this like black fly like crawling across it. That's like definitely a real fly. And you just have this feeling of like, I feel like a fly had to just have got in and they were like, leave it. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
And it's like stuff like that. You're just like, oh yeah,
It's good stuff.
There's
There's an old adage.
You were gonna make
have you ever heard the phrase "bump the lamp"?
No, I have not.
So, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Right, is a strange movie to watch now. I think it's like really weirdly paced and written or what have you, but it's really, really, really well made. Where we're gonna have this actor interacting with cartoons like all throughout the movie. And this movie's also made in like the 70s, and it's like such a huge undertaking to like get it right. And there's a moment where main detective man is interacting with Cartoon Rabbit, and they're like getting into like an altercation with each other, and he like throws him across the room, or like he like pushes him or what have you, the Cartoon Rabbit, and across this empty room where it's just physical actor and animated character that's not really there. He's crashing into stuff, and like a lamp like bumps, right? Like it gets like shifted around. And the way they did that is they had someone crawling underneath the floor and like timing it to where like the lamp bumps, right?
Whoa.
And just doing that, like putting that effort in, it makes the Cartoon Rabbit feel real, and it makes it look like good and not like a weird animated movie from the 2000s with James Marsden for some reason. Like it has a sense of like authenticity or like realism to it, even though it's a wacky, fantastical thing. And like having the foresight to bump the lamp is really important. And this, I think that summarizes Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared in a lot of ways.
Totally. Yeah, no, it's like you feel it in moments like there's like in the part at the end of the creativity one where they go crazy and stuff. It's like they want to have him do crazy dances, so they trade the puppet, like the yellow and puppet and the duck puppet, for like people in like full-size suits. And because the proportions and size and everything changes, it like adds to the unnervingness. And it's like these things that kind of happen through necessity like build on like the weirdness and the vibe. It's good. Yeah.
To me, that's probably like
the same page
the most famous like shot from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is like everyone
Right.
dancing and freaking out. And it's just like
Yes.
that combination. There's something about it. Yeah, it really works.
Yeah. And those have never been used again in anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It's like, God, that's so expensive. Or they're used for like
Yeah.
half a frame in like the computer
Mm-hmm.
episode. It's like we're gonna like use every piece of the bison on this project. Like things are gonna get reused in different weird
Totally.
ways when you least expect it.
Yeah, or like the zapping and bumping around in the final episode. Like that is one of the nice things in the final episode where they're just like bouncing around like time and then bumping about the do 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 do
Right.
for
Yeah,
like
having
1 second.
all the different the bits come back.
Yeah.
I like that the
And then yeah.
the piece of paper with the red guy like in the window, like he's like left his friends behind, like just keeps showing up in that
Yeah.
last episode, and it's like it's fun.
Yeah.
But like it's like it's almost off camera, like you just see it like taped to the fridge, like barely.
Yeah. Or like the clown painting that has like the black ink spilled on it. Like you'll constantly see just this black square and be like, "Oh yeah, like there's the clown paint." Yeah, no little details like that. I want to talk a little bit more about like cuz this series is like kind of what we were getting at earlier, like with the I'm coming out a little bit against the theorists on the in terms of like I like the social commentary and satire and just taking it as an art piece a little bit more than like who is Green Guy's father and
Right.
like, what is and like and are they trapped is it all a dream, like trying to very interpret in a very literal way. Not that there's no room for that, it's just like not the most I feel like you're not getting
Reddit
the
thread
most out of the
details, right?
series.
Like, did you know that in the final
Yes.
shot, they're all their colors from the first episode that they chose? Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, like
which
it's
is
cool. It's neat. Like, I don't want to poo-poo it,
And it's
but
cool
it is
that-
also like it's not what makes it
Yeah, totally. I will also say this is like my origin story with MatPat. You may
Oh,
know
no.
that I don't like MatPat and game theory, and I still hold a grudge a little bit, even though I'm really just so old now. And I
I was gonna say,
care,
even though you're
but
an adult and he's an adult and he's retired, you're still holding the grudge of like Matt Pat ruined
retired.
creativity or whatever. Like how people
I
talk
didn't even
about
know-
things.
I don't know anything about his retirement. I just anything that he says or does, I'm like, yeah, man, whatever. Because I'm just so mad at like his
Sure, sans is
contributions
Ness. We all get it.
to the discourse. I just think that I'm down for the clickbait. I'm down for making videos about theory content. Everything about the shell of it is good. I wish that the meat was a little bit more, a little bit less fanfic. And it's fun to write fan fiction, and that's cool. But I wish that that wasn't the only thing that people were like talking about and like trying to like build on theories about like whenever anything comes out, rather than being like talking about the just commentary and stuff, which is what I want to talk about. I feel like a huge part of why I'm very passionate about this series is I'm a teacher, and I have always wanted to be a teacher, and I've always like, I guess I've always been kind of like very aware about like teaching styles, which I think kind of everyone has a sense of it because we all are forced to go to school for like at least 12 years. But I think like I guess I've just always been like really hyper attuned to like what makes a good teacher and what makes a bad teacher. How do I like construct a lesson and do all this and lead people without like not answering questions and stamping out people's dreams and
Sure.
hopes and creativity. And I feel like
The fine line between
take-
crushing a child's dream before, like in the womb, versus like letting it blossom and grow and become a beautiful butterfly or something.
yes,
Mixed metaphors.
and no, but I mean it's what it is. But it's like I think I feel like this series you could say it's like a satire. Like I mean it is a satire of like children's TV and stuff like that. But like I feel like it's using the format in a way that's interesting, and there's definitely commentary there. But I feel like it's
we keep
more
saying
like
we keep saying the word commentary. What is the commentary? Like, let's actually like.
yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, let me just spit out my point and not
Sure.
like I feel like it's less about like that these children's TV programs are bad. To me, at least, it feels more like, what if we took realistic real life teachers with all their idiosyncrasies and ways that they can be bad at like handling children's curiosity or overbearing or like pushing their own kind of agendas, and like had a more honest version almost of like these children's TV programs of like what a kid experience in school is, which a lot of time is getting their questions shut down, having the teacher react in a way that's like defensive to having their authority questioned, having like the number one priority be kind of like control and like order, as opposed to like giving people freedom and allowing them to like actually learn and be educated.
Right.
Forcing
so like
things on people.
all of our singing, smiling creatures in this series are like, no, get back on program. Like, no, like,
yes,
stop asking questions, or I'm just here to like parrot the lesson in the way that I know it, or in the way that I think will like be the easiest to remember. But I'm going to ignore my three school children that happen to be a mop, a bird, and a yellow boy. Like,
like not react to the ways in which they're authentically engaging with it, not listen to like their concerns or like their interest levels. Like,
is that clock a gaslighter? Let's discuss.
Exactly. And it's like, I think the reason why people respond to this series so much and like quote so many lines and can like relate to and like call out all of these behaviors is because like most people have experienced some form of this, like from parents or teachers, basically.
And it's so annoying
as a child,
when that delivery method is felt in glitter, but you're still being annoying.
Yes.
Like we've all had the teacher who is always talking in a happy sunshine voice, even though they are completely ignoring everything you say. And they're like, well, I'm sorry that little Timmy pushed you down, but we just got to continue the lesson and we're all going to be friends. And it's like, well, what about me and little Timmy? But
Yeah, or just like completely breezes past like any kind of like red flag. Like there's the I think the computer one, or is it the time one where he first introduces his dad and he's watching like porn on the computer?
Right.
It's just this weird, and like I like that version of the dad. I love because
my dad is a computer.
My dad's a computer, and like it's just like it's like I don't give a shit, kid. Like we get to my point, and then sometimes I'm having ulterior like motives, like the most, I guess, like heavy-handed one is probably like the love one with like the religion cult
right,
marriage heteronormativity thing, like just kind of getting blasted at you. But there's like the computer one has a lot of stuff about like, I feel like it's pretty prescient about like, we're trimming down the internet to like these very limited functions, and it's all just kind of about like selling you oats is like the running theme like in that episode. Like
the time one and the computer one, like when the time one goes to the future, it's like now we have all these new weird gadgets, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be creepy. Like this, like I'm not looking forward to where this song goes. There's the sense of like, and now everything just does it for you, and it's maybe I'm reading into that in 2025 where everyone can't shut up about AI, but like, including Spike Lee and Denzel Washington in Highest to Lowest, see the beginning of this podcast. But it's like, there's some AI commentary, and I would say it's a little ham-fisted because it's like no one knows how to talk about it right yet. Like, there's police officer dumb FBI man going, well, can't we just use AI to do it? And it's like, laugh track, ha 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 ha. I'm like, all right, well, that's not. I need some really hard hitting AI commentary because I'm freaking out, Mallory, because
it's like AI
everywhere's replacing everyone with computers. It's like, what are we doing here?
Like people don't like AI, so it's the butt of the joke, but we're not really engaging with like
with
what
the
it
issue.
is. I feel like kind of comment. Yeah, no, it's like
I'm a
I think the
computer.
time there's
I'm made
also
of
this
wires.
kind of like capitalist mindset almost about like you gotta be really careful. There's no time for mucking around. Like just like kind of
Eat your oats.
you know, yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's. I mean, I think that like. I mean, the creativity one is so special to me. Like, obviously, it's the first one, but it's just the like because there's like an interview where she talks about like the impetus for the idea of making it was like because she's like graduating art school and she's like the idea of like someone trying to teach creativity was very funny to me, and it's like like you just have this feeling with like this little sketch pad and like they never reuse the sketch pad. I feel like they're very precious with this character because I feel like she's just so iconic of like you just feel someone who's like throwing it out there and it's just like completely dead on arrival, no one cares, like trying to prove that you're creative. She just feels like less malicious to me and more just kind of like pathetic and not really able to like not having really thought through like how to possibly inspire kids to be creative or like she's like I'm not here to inspire, I'm here to teach creativity, and that just doesn't work fundamentally.
Well,
And
it's
more
it's a
about
blank
that.
notepad, right? Like there's nothing on it.
Totally, yeah. And just the assignments of like it just feels such a real agreement. Go and go collect some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite colors. It's like,
What does it do? What does it do for anybody? Yeah.
Just let them draw. Like put on some like smooth jazz and like
That's
give
a good
them some
point
colored
because like
pencils.
it is really weird
You know
when it's
what I
like
mean?
all the sticks broken up to spell like red or blue or whatever. It's like this is nothing. Like what are you doing here?
Exactly. It's like it's just really trying to like how can I have like a controlled thing that I can grade and I can check off like a yes or no thing to like have a
The kids are
curriculum.
the kids are using real material. They went out and gathered it and then they're making art. But the art they're making is terrible.
Exactly, and it's like not really art. They're just kind of like following instructions. But then when they do make art, it's like too much for her. She's like, it's too horrifying. I feel like it's just, I really like that energy from the show, and I do think it like crops up in other places, even though there's like some more sinister stuff that kind of creeps in, like we were mentioning. But
Let me run this down with you. Do you
that's a vibe.
have?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk favorites. Do you have a favorite of the trio?
I mean,
We'll say it at 1, 2, 3. Oh, you like Red Guy? I would have guessed. I was assuming we were both about to say Bird, like no matter what.
I mean, I love the bird. It's a hard pick if I'm being the.
See, that's the energy.
I
That's
certainly-
the Mallory energy that I could feel reaching out through the screen to like say like, yes, we are going to talk about this in the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, just like pesky bee and like just so many quotable lines. I'm trying not to quote lines from the TV series because like
I understand.
it gets better even.
The
but I mean,
maybe my favorite gag in the whole thing is when it cuts back to them at the picnic with Bird and Red Guy, and he just like stares at the screen and then it doesn't cut away, and it doesn't cut away for like 10 seconds, and then it cuts back to the dream song, and it's just so he's like slightly vibrating, and it's like this is off-putting. Good
really
stuff.
lingers.
Yeah.
He's like, and I would like to eat the chicken picnic. And it's like, are you a chicken bud? What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, good times. But so we have a
It's
favorite
good.
trio, favorite member of the trio, favorite song.
I'm
I
all
assume
about
is
Red.
creative.
I think so. I think the computer one, like, I get a lot of stuff stuck in my head, like the just like the like clever. I'm a clevery guy. Inside my mind is a digital mind. Like that's a good.
I love
That's a track, but
the
yeah.
different stylings, like the different singers they get for each one, right? Like the auto tune versus the clock one. I love the clock one.
Yeah,
Backwards and
no,
forwards and
totally.
da 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 da. Like it just has that like that lesson learning song cadence to it of like, and then we're gonna da 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 da. Like it really it hit me. I was like, this is great. Like this is so spot on and perfect.
Yeah, no, he's bouncing around and he's like so full of energetic and rhythm, just like follow the lead and don't disobey, and like that kind of like energy.
You can feel the wagging finger like as it's going.
Yes. No, totally. But yeah, I think the creative song is probably got to be the best one at the end of the day. I mean, it's the classic. Do you ever is Time your favorite one?
I think Time is my favorite one. I really like when it's like we're going to the past and we're going to the future. Like,
yeah. Oh, and the story of Michael. Sorry, we got to shout out the little the ugliest boy in town. He lived on his own in the ground. That's nice.
And then he never finds love, even though that's the example they use.
And they're just like, everyone has a special one, even Michael. It's like
I like when it's the two graves that die at the same time. It's like they're together.
Yeah, Mr. Dead and Mrs. Dead.
Yeah.
It's like says on the
classic.
Yeah, that one's good. I honestly like that one. I was curious how you feel it, because it is like obviously like a little bit more like showing its hand and is like you know, it's not pro Christianity, but it's like certainly
religion.
I feel like
it's not my favorite, but I like Dreams quite a bit.
It gives that like vibe of like it really, I feel like, cements that feeling that I had learning stuff in like Sunday school, where you're just kind of like getting hit with like everyone has a special one, and then like the whole story of Michael is like, I feel like you would simultaneously be like everyone is loved and accepted in Christ, and then like they would also be the most judgmental people that are teaching me this. That would be like so critical of like you're not up to snuff or whatever, and like, you know, just that kind of like constant whiplash and weird contradictions, and as soon as you start going down wrong, incorrect thing, it's like, no, look over here, like that kind of
our atheist is showing, Mallory.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think helps sum up some of the like disorienting things
there's always the push and pull
happen
with
when
religious people, where it's like a lot of religious doctrine is like you must convert as many people as possible, so it always has the feeling of like you're being sold something, or you're being like led like down, like it's all like everyone's the sense of like I'm waiting to say my point now, like there's no active listening in a lot of these scenarios.
Yes. Yeah, and it's similar to the creative, like I think that it's delivered in a way where it does come off so like the creativity one is not being like creativity is bad, right? And the same thing, like I think you could probably have a read of it where it's like it's again, it's not kind to religion, it is a little atheist, but it's like you could have a read where it's like misinterpreting spirituality, but it's like it's just about like we're teaching you in this way and you're asking a question that's annoying me, so I'm gonna like just explain it in this way that is like really simplifying it, but it's just gonna confuse you even more. Like that kind of energy.
Removing the commentary, the thing I like about that episode is it feels like the dream episode, even though there is a dream episode later, it feels like the dream episode in a cartoon. Like this is like a weird, messed up, like dreamscape that like Tom and Jerry is gonna go on. Like there's a famous Tom and Jerry episode where he goes to hell and he's like running up the escalator, and I remember seeing it as a kid and being creeped out by it because it just continues to escalate and escalate and escalate and get wackier and wackier. And this has that feeling where it's like it's got that Fantasia sense of like there's so many weird creatures popping out of clouds and it's like what's going on. And it captures that. And then when he wakes up just in the tree branch and like his friends come back and are like everything's normal now, that structure felt very familiar to me, and like this is going to be the weird one-off dream episode of the Fairly Odd Parents or whatever, like whatever cartoon.
Right. It is a very kids TV show and like falling into those tropes. Yeah, no, I appreciate that a lot about this series. Yeah. Are there any have we under-discussed any
particular episode?
Bits? How do you feel about the red guy going into the real office world? And his
the jokes per minute or like the gags per minute like goes way down. Like it's like the slowest paced part of the whole project.
Yes,
which I think
definitely.
lends to you and I being like less enthused about the episode as a whole. I really appreciate they went for it, right? Like it's like because it's not
Yeah.
easy to make like an office cubicle set and to get a bunch more red costumes and to put costumes on top of those costumes and to do like a karaoke set and all that's really difficult. And so I can
Yeah.
appreciate it from like a production standpoint, even if the gag I think is like what
Yeah.
it is immediately. I do like him playing with the file though and going like, "You put files in me," like and it's like dancing on the desk a little
Yeah.
bit.
I do like the kind of jarring like tone shift of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it is a little less like, yeah, like you say, like jokes a minute and that kind of thing. It's an interesting vibe, and it's like I kind of like it as an individual piece of like the puzzle, whereas like
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, if I had to say the thing about episode 6, it's like when they tie the threads together, I'm just like not as satisfied, like with him flipping around the things and then like
I like
I'm
it when it
glad we
becomes new
see.
songs because that's fun to me. Like that's
Yeah,
like because they wrote like
the new songs is
one
great.
line from each of the new songs, and that's just like is also difficult but really fun.
Yeah, like I will just get random. I'll get like recommended on my like YouTube for you page of like the like space movies, like a rocket ship could fly to the moon or whatever, and like someone's clipped it out and everyone's like watching it over and over.
I can
It's
feel like
I like
what the
that
traffic light
aspect.
episode would be like, or the magnet, or what have you. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, totally. It's like I'm a magnet and metal loves me. It's like just you're just like, oh, but at the same time you love it. Yeah, no, it's like that is good. I think it's literally just like I think the dad touching his shoulder and then him unplugging it. It's still cool, I guess, but I'm just like,
How do you end
you
like
know,
a web series like
that's
this,
fair
right?
too.
Like I don't know how you could do it any better.
Yeah, I think maybe the like lore heads have soiled it for me a little. I
Right.
should
I haven't spent 10 years digging
shed
into
some of my
like
negativity.
annoying Reddit posts about like, what do you think that this is? Do you think that the egg picnic is because they're eating themselves because
Yeah.
they're not being creative? I don't care.
And I look it up. Like I'm the
I'm
idiot.
sure you do.
So it's there's egg on my face or sun on my face. Father. Um Do you like that the songs get more annoying? I feel like it's kind
Yeah.
of like building the tension almost as like the singers get more
They get
obnoxious
faster
and
too.
like
Like
pushy.
they like and you really feel it by the end when the lamps are coming in and you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Stop. No
No,
more
the
songs.
lamp
no
is
more
amazing.
songs.
You could have a dream about riding a horse. And
Yeah.
you're like, please don't sing anymore. Like,
Especially when you're
it's
watching
really
it all in
good.
a row, you're like, God, I get it. I get the bit.
Totally. And I think, like, for what it is, and as much as I'm being, like, a little bit more, like, critical of, like, the serialized nature of, like, the back half, it's like, at least every episode they are doing something new. Like,
Right.
they're always building.
It's
and
better than
adding
just
and-
doing like 100 of the clock episode, right?
Totally. Yeah, like that's the one where they're like, okay, let's go back to the same format and just have like a different subject matter.
For
But
a series
yeah,
that's
like,
so
the
like
four
maximalist,
kickstart,
it is
yeah.
very reserved, like in some ways.
Yeah, no, totally.
Even though they're
Yeah.
throwing like everything at the screen, like they must have cleared out like 1,000,000 Party Cities or like local felt shops.
No, absolutely. Yeah, just unimaginable work being put into this thing. I really want to just eBay some, like, if I could find anything that was on any of those sets, like, I would give a lung. Like, I don't care.
I understand.
It
You would give a
just,
long.
I would be homeless if I could have that that little felt piece with the right wing. I just something about it, man. Just gets
I understand. How the hell am I gonna rank this?
me. I mean,
This can't be my
I'm
first
a little
ass. This
scared.
cannot be Stop Making Sense tier, but it's like it is a perfect piece of media for what it is, right?
yeah.
If I was the kind of person who went to the, like conventions, will do a lot of like they'll do like a after dark like weird clips from the internet kind of like panel. Like I've been to a few of them and they're fun. like
Yeah.
dumpster diving for the 2000s of like, look at this weird YouTube video I found. It has 3 million views. There's a woman with like hot dog fingers. If I was really into that kind of stuff, like I had my Cronenberg freak flag flying, this would be like Stop Making Sense tier. Like this is like as good as you can do that kind of media. It isn't my cup of tea per se. Mallory's crashing out. I'm just dangling it in front of her. I'm like, it could be. It really could be if I was that kind of person. But I'm not. I hate creativity. I couldn't possibly give it Stop Making Sense tier. It's an A. The most disappointing A of all time. You thought you had me.
You dangled it in front of me. You started it in the way to make it the most torturous for me. Of
I know.
Being like, could this be my first S?
Could it be your first S?
Man.
Wow. It's close. It's
close.
one of the closest you've gotten.
I'm so close. The goal here for me is I want to give a genuine pitch that is something that Sam didn't know about and that I'm introducing to him that gets into the S as a
I would
genuine
say
S. And
this and
we're
Deltarunes
close.
chapter 1 and 2 like is as close as you've gotten. Like they're piercing the veil, but they just haven't stepped forward.
We're almost there.
You're almost there. But you hate David Byrne, and that means I will never give it to you.
What would you do if David Byrne was in one of them? Anyway, that's nothing. All right.
See, here's the problem, Mallory. It feels like he would be, and then you wouldn't like it because you're like,
Yeah.
I only like things that are British. That's you.
It is proper British.
I'm contractually obligated to not give it an S tier because it is British.
Oh right,
We've
yeah,
established that already.
it's from the Isles. Yeah, that is a good point. Man, well, I'll try again next week, but
try again.
Until then, it's your turn to knock me out of this court.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Sports.
Beat me over the head with a baseball bat.
I'm a football. You can throw me around.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm a football. You can throw me around.
I am a file and you put documents in me and a file.
Mallory, we're going back to the world of manga. Manga. We're gonna talk about them Japanese comics.
If manga was so good, why didn't they make womanga?
I know, that's true. Well, I got good news for you because we're reading Womanga. It's a Connie Banashi time. I left this out of the opening, but Akane Banashi got an anime adaptation announcement, and
Wow!
I'm freaking out. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be real annoying about it. That's what I post anytime there's an adaptation announced for something I've covered before. I send the same Blue Sky post every time, which is I'm gonna be real annoying about this. I did it for Don to Don. It was true. I'm doing it for Akane Banashi. Akane Banashi rules. It is an incredible Shonen Jump manga. We're gonna read only the first 29 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that's
seem
a
to
good
sync up
cutoff
with the season.
My guess is that's roughly where the
Yeah.
first season will end. I could be wrong. It could go
Gotcha.
even further, but that's about where I think it could cut off.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's an interesting series. I've learning more about Kabuki would be cool. I only know what I learned in Japanese culture class.
It isn't Kabuki
and
theater. It is Rakugo, but
Yeah.
good try.
Oh, well,
Womanga.
I'm gonna learn
I
about
did it.
Rakugo. Yeah,
Womanga.
but it's
A
I
series
love
made
Womanga.
for teenage boys and Shonen Jump. I'm so cultured.
I love that, because this was like one I made like I talked to Sam about this, but like
You made a
we had,
list
like, the
of what
tier
you
list
thought
maker
I would
website.
pitch, right?
Yeah, and this is like the one that's I think it's like this and Better Call Saul that are like left that I haven't like moved onto the actual tier because you haven't pitched them yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared was like my one that was like my first thing that I wrote down of like this is
Your
what I
game
want
tiles
get
to put
Sam
on the
watch.
eventual tier list, like you just know it's coming.
So yeah, no, it's cool. We're back to back. We're like finally tackling the big ones. I feel
Yeah.
like so.
I love Akane Banashi.
Uh,
It is. I don't want to overhype
yes.
it, but it is it's formulaic in some ways. Like it is a traditional shonen like arc based.
Mhm.
There's rivals. There's tournaments. Like it is a Shonen Jump manga through and through. Like a weekly fun
Mhm.
time. But it's also so much more than that, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
Yes, I am very excited to talk about it too. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day, Sam.
I hope you have a wonderful evening, Mallory.
But how can I sleep if I don't know how to dream?